Hello, friends. It's really good to be recontinuing my vlog after a summer hiatus. You know, Israel was repeatedly in the news this past week, and so I wanted to acknowledge some of the important developments. Tragically, this last Sunday morning, 8 people, including 5 Americans, were wounded when a gunman opened fire on a bus in Jerusalem, just outside the old city, right near the Western Wall. 2 people, a 60-year-old man and a pregnant 30-year-old woman, are in critical care. The pregnant woman was forced to deliver her baby in the emergency room, and it's going to be hard road of recovery for her. The suspected gunman, who later surrendered to authorities, is Amir Sadawi, a 22-year-old Palestinian who lives in East Jerusalem. While a motive for the attack was not immediately cleared, it came during a rather tense week between Israel and Palestinians in Gaza and in the West Bank. Israel and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad in Gaza have reached a fragile ceasefire brokered by Egypt after 3 days of very intense hostilities. We hold the people who were wounded in this terrible attack last Sunday in our prayers for a refuah shlema, a speedy and complete recovery. On more upbeat news from the Middle East, this week marks 2 years since Israel and the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, reached a historic agreement to normalize relations. This agreement is known as the Abraham Accords. And really, this was an astonishing breakthrough that led to similar agreements with Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco. These historic accords were brokered by the United States and were landmark diplomatic achievements, finally melting the solid front of enmity toward Israel in the Arab world. And this wasn't simply a high-level only agreement, but involved people-to-people engagement and bilateral cooperation, and encourages more such agreements with other Arab nations. In fact, during President Biden's trip to Israel last month, he emphasized the importance of these accords. He said that it was essential, and quote, for Israel to be totally integrated into the region, end quote, and challenged the leaders of the other Arab nations to respond to the opportunity to bring together all of the remarkable resources in the Middle East to work together to improve the lives of all of their peoples. These accords prove that full engagement with Israel, rather than boycotts, creates extraordinary opportunities for prosperity, advancement, and, God willing, peace in the region. We pray that this growth and cooperation continues, and that Israel can be seen by its Arab neighbors as the great trade, technology, and quality of life improvement partner that Israel dreams of becoming. May we see the flourishing of these partnerships that can radically change the political landscape of the Middle East. Stay well and stay safe and be well. Shalom uvracha, peace and blessings.